Hey everyone, welcome back to Foster's Kitchen. Today we are making tender, flavorful lamb paired with crispy fried plantains, a refreshing fennel and carrot salad, and a vibrant chimichurri sauce. It's a flavor-packed meal that's perfect for sharing with friends and family. So if you're curious about how to make it, please keep watching. The full list of ingredients is listed below along with timestamps in the description to help you follow each step easily. Let's start with the lamb marinade. I'm using lamb leg that's already been thoroughly washed and cut into pieces. It's one of my favorite cuts because it's lean, tender, and cooks quickly while still soaking up all those marinade flavors beautifully. For the marinade, in a bowl, I'll add groundnut oil, crushed black pepper, a tablespoon of all-purpose seasoning, smoked paprika, and about half a teaspoon of pink salt. Then add minced garlic and a thumb-sized piece of grated ginger. Mix everything together until well combined. Pour the marinade over the lamb. And mix thoroughly, making sure every piece is coated so the flavors soak in evenly. Next, I'll transfer the meat into a roasting tray lined with foil and baking paper, spreading the pieces out well so they roast evenly. In a preheated oven at 200 degrees Celsius, roast the lamb pieces for 15 minutes. Then reduce the heat to 180 degrees Celsius and continue cooking for another 20 to 30 minutes or until the meat is almost cooked through. While the lamb's in the oven, I'll prep the plantains. I'm using green plantains because they fry up perfectly, crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. I've already washed them, so I'll now peel, cut them up and get them ready to fry. First, I'll cut off both ends of the plantain. Then run a knife from top to bottom along the skin. Always use a sharp, suitable knife and handle it carefully, safety first. I'll use my thumb to gently lift and peel the skin away from the plantain. Green plantains can be a little tricky, so if the skin doesn't come off easily, you can use a knife to help remove the stubborn bits. Once peeled, I'll cut each plantain into 4 to 5 round pieces, depending on the size, and do the same for the rest. Enjoying this recipe? Please subscribe for more tasty recipes. Now that the plantains are peeled and cut, I'll make a brine with fresh lemon juice, white vinegar, and about half a tablespoon of salt into water. Stir until the salt is dissolved. Then add the plantains. The brine lightly seasons them and also helps prevent oxidation, keeping their color bright and fresh before frying. Heat a pan over medium heat with oil, just enough to fry the plantains. Carefully add the plantains to the pan. And fry them lightly on both sides for 2 to 3 minutes. After a few minutes, remove the plantains. I'll now flatten the fried pieces. I'm using the back of a small bowl, which works just fine, but if you have a molded press, that's even better. Once flattened, dip the plantain pieces back into the salted brine just for a few seconds, 1 to 2 at a time. Don't leave them in too long, just a quick dip, then straight back into the oil. Fry for about 5 minutes until they are golden and crispy on both sides. Once fried, remove the plantains and place them on a plate lined with paper towel to absorb the excess oil, then set aside. Now it's time for the chimichurri sauce. It's fresh, herby and tangy. It goes perfectly with the lamb and crispy plantains. To prepare the chimichurri sauce, I'll start by finely chopping fresh coriander and some curly parsley. I like using curly parsley instead of flat leaf because it has a milder flavor and adds a nice texture. Then I'll add both to a bowl. Next, I'll finally chop some red onion. This adds a little sweetness and crunch to the sauce. Then onto the chilies. I'm using both red and green. I'll remove the seeds from the red chili to reduce the heat before finally chopping them. Now I'll add crushed garlic for that punchy flavor, a pinch of black pepper and some dry oregano. This gives a lovely earthy herby base. Then I'll add a sprinkle of red chili flakes for extra heat, followed by 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. They bring tanginess and help balance the oil. A teaspoon of pink salt, then the juice of a lime, I prefer lime over lemon because it has a sharper, zesty flavor that works beautifully with the herbs. A few tablespoons of olive oil, I'm just eyeballing it. Then I'll mix everything well. I almost forgot, I'll add a teaspoon of smoked paprika for depth and a subtle smokiness. Then give it all one final mix. This chimichurri is perfect for today's meal, but it's also amazing with rice, yam, or vegetables. Honestly, you can use it on just about anything. Our lamb has been in the oven for about 35 minutes. It's nearly done, and now it's time to add even more flavor with a quick mustard sauce. In a bowl, I'll add a little oil, my green seasoning mix, that's garlic, parsley, ginger, and scotch bonnet, plus a pinch of black pepper, Dijon mustard, and a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. This mix brings depth, a bit of tang, and just a touch of heat. Then I'll transfer the lamb into a pan over medium heat to lightly grill. I'll pour the mustard sauce over the meat and let the flavors coat the lamb. Then I'll flip the pieces so they grill evenly on both sides, soaking up all that richness with a nice smoky char. Alright, last bit of prep, I'll make a fennel and carrot salad. Have you ever tried fennel before? It's crisp and aromatic with a light anise flavor, really fresh, and it pairs so well with today's meal. I've already washed the fennel, so first I'll trim off the stalks at the top of the bulb. Don't throw away the fronds, they are perfect for garnish later or to use in another dish. Next, I'll cut the fennel bulb in half, remove the core, and slice it thinly lengthwise. For the carrots, I've already washed and peeled them. I'm just going to roughly shave them into different sizes. Nothing too perfect. It keeps the salad nice and rustic. For the dressing, a tablespoon of olive oil, the juice of a lemon, 2 finely minced cloves of garlic, half a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, a pinch of salt, and some crushed black pepper. Then give it a good mix. I'll pour the dressing over the fennel and carrots. Sprinkle in some white and black sesame seeds and give it all a good toss. That's it, really simple, fresh, and it adds such a lovely crunch and flavor to the plate. Now it's time to plate up this delicious meal. I'll start with the fried plantains. They are perfectly crispy. They've been resting on a plate lined with paper towel to soak up the extra oil. I'll move them onto the serving tray, ready for everyone to share. Next comes the lamb, tender, juicy, and full of flavor. I'll place it right alongside the plantains. Here's the chimichurri sauce, fresh, herby, and vibrant. This sauce is bursting with flavor and really ties the whole meal together. For some freshness, I'll add my homemade pickled onions. They bring a lovely sharpness and a pop of color. The fennel and carrot salad for crunch. And finally, my homemade avocado and coconut dip. Creamy, smooth, and the perfect finishing touch. To finish, I'll spoon some chimichurri directly over the lamb. And there you have it. The whole spread is ready to enjoy. Honestly, this is the perfect sharing meal for any gathering. Proper finger food that everyone will love digging into. The tender flavorful lamb, the crispy plantain, the fresh chimichurri, and the fennel and carrot salad. It all comes together perfectly. It was very delicious and everyone at the table loved it. I really hope you give it a try. It's simple, full of flavor, and super tasty. And once you do, I would love to hear how it turned out. So share your experience in the comments below. And thanks so much for watching. Please consider subscribing, hit the like button, and share with your friends. Until next time.